Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to be explaining to you what is a pip. Like we say in Forex, pips pays the bill. My name is Gabriel Showale and I'm the founder of G9pips.com. So what is a pip? Pip is the unit of measurement to express the change in value in the market. The pip is nothing more than the fourth decimal number after the comma. The fourth decimal number after the comma. So when you check out your MetaTrader 4 app, you will see numbers like this on the right beside a currency pair. They keep fluctuating and moving. Okay, this value here is called pips. Okay, and if you take one of them, which is the last one, the fourth one after the comma, is called the pip. It's called the pip. I'm going to be showing you the MetaTrader 4 app so you see it live and what it looks like. So let's move on. Okay, how to calculate pips. For example, you enter New Zealand USD at 4.56567 and exit at 4.56772. How many pips have you made? To calculate the number of pips, you will have to find the difference between this value and this value. That's the difference in the change of the value of the currency. So that's what pips is. And don't forget, pips start counting from the fourth value after the decimal point. If I move this 1 2 3 4, I will have to neglect this 7 and this 2. So what I'm really concerned about is starting from this 6 and this 7. So how do you calculate it? You take 4.56772 minus 4.56567, and that will give you 0.02205. Alright, so if you move the decimal over 4 places to the right, pips is always the fourth digit to the right of the decimal. Alright, so if we do that to the pips that we just made, which is 0.00205, I will move the decimal to the fourth place, 1 2 3 4. So this is 20 pips. Okay, don't forget the fifth value after the decimal point is insignificant. It is insignificant. So you've just made 20 pips. You've just made 20 pips. So you can't say, oh, I made 205 pips. This is not 205 pips. You've just made 20 pips. So the fifth number after the decimal point is neglected. This is neglected. This is neglected. This is neglected. Okay, so good. Now, what is a pipette? A pipette is that fifth number that we have been neglecting since. So some brokers offer prices that are up to 5 decimal figures after the comma, much more accurate, but the pip always remains the fourth digit. These are known as pipette. Okay, so the fifth digit that we've been neglecting is called pipette. So we neglect pipette. We don't calculate pipette. We don't need it. So we are only interested in the numbers 4 places after the decimal point. Okay, so that fifth number is called the pipette. So we want to neglect that. And Hot Forex also shows us 5 decimal places. So we want to ensure that you neglect the fifth number and concentrate on the 4 numbers after the decimal point. Okay, but when it comes to the yen pairs and the gold pairs, there's an exception to the rule. There's an exception to the rule. Second decimal figures after the comma is a pip. Therefore, the Forex pip is no longer the fourth digit but the second decimal place, and the pipette becomes the third one. So in JPY pairs, you only have 3 numbers after the decimal. Okay, and the same way we neglected the last for other pairs that have 5 numbers after the decimal, it's the same way you neglect the last number for yen pairs and gold pairs. So what do I mean by that? So this is the example I gave you before. You can see this one has 5 numbers. So the fifth number after the decimal point is the pipette, and this is where the pip starts from. But in the example of a yen pair or gold pair, you will only see 3 numbers after the decimal. So don't forget, you also neglect this last number, which is the pipette, and you concentrate on just these 2 values. So if you are to rewrite this is what you get. So pip, neglect the fifth or the third number after the decimal place. Okay, so for example, you enter this ABCXYZ at 95.343 and exited at 95.445. How many pips? Don't forget, so this is a yen pair. You neglect this last number, which is the pipette, and you only count 2 decimal places after. So if you do that, your calculation will be 0.102, which means you have just made 10 pips. So this 2 is irrelevant. So if you do that again, take it 1, 2, you can see it's 10.2 pips. So you just made 10.2 pips out of this trade. Let me go into my mobile phone now to open up MetaTrader 4, so you will see how it works live. Right here in my MetaTrader 4, and I want to show you what it looks like. So if you look at these values here, you can see what I've been talking about since. For example, this GBP USD, you can see I have 1.21284, and if you count it, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers after the decimal point. So when you are calculating your pips, or you are dealing with values in your MetaTrader 4, you want to neglect, for example, this 4 that is right here, and start counting from this value right here. Okay, so this is live. You can see the currency pairs value is changing. So but don't forget, pips start from the 4th number after the decimal point, and this last number is called the pipette, and you want to ignore it. Okay, you want to ignore it, and you can see it right here in my slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Neglect this pipette and you have just this value here. And you can see an example of JPY, USD JPY, GBP JPY. You can see it's just 3 numbers that you have after the decimal point in that case. So in this scenario, you only want to count 1, 2 and neglect the 3rd number. So the 3rd value after the decimal point for JPY pairs is the pipette. So you want to neglect it and then concentrate on this. So basically, if I'm not mistaken, the way to just go about it is that anytime you are trading a currency in Forex, always neglect the last number, okay, and start counting your pips from the second to the last number. It's as simple as that. Okay, so you can see we are always neglecting the last number no matter what pair we come across. Okay, and that is the way it is. It's as simple as that, guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I know you now understand what pips are, and I'll see you in the next video.